Farm for Profit Podcast. Take a listen, have a blast. Farm for Profit Podcast. Learn about farming while having a laugh. Farm for Profit Podcast.
Hey listeners, welcome back to the Farm for Profit Podcast. This is Tanner.
This is David.
Oh, this is Corey.
Hey.
We are out of order.
It's kind of fun to be out here at these live events. We get to make new friends as well as make new content. So it's a pleasure to be out at the Ag PhD Field Day.
This is a beautiful, beautiful place.
It's a field day, not field days.
Or trial.
Not a trade show.
Not a trade show, yeah.
It's field day.
Field day.
Largest one-day agriculture event.
That's right. And it has been the most perfect weather you could have possibly had.
Yeah, special thanks to the Hefty brothers.
Yeah, couldn't draw it up any better.
Yeah. Listeners, if you want to be a guest on the show, if you want to send us a guest suggestion of your own, it's 515-207-9640, or you can send us an email to farmforprofitllc@gmail.com.
You can actually text that, and it'll go to Tanner's phone. So if you're in the crowd, 515-207-9640.
This could be dangerous.
Yes. Send in your questions or just make fun of Tanner.
Selfies, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out to Maya Cornhead sitting out here in the audience, coming to support, as well as TerraClear, the two very proud sponsors, as well as sitting here in the Corteva tent. So thanks again to those partners. But Corey, let's get into introducing our conversation
All right.
for
See
today.
if I don't blow everyone's ears away. Today on the Farm for Fun show, we meet up with a young fifth-generation farmer who has passionately shared his journey farming through a lens of a camera via social media. He also focuses on new technology available in ag. Please welcome from Southwest Minnesota, Matthias, a.k.a. the HiTech Farmer. Yeah. Usually we have to clap for our own guests, so it is kind of nice.
It's nice to have other people, yeah.
Well, welcome, Matthias.
Thank you for having me. That was a great introduction.
Yeah.
Passionate about technology, 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Fifth generation.
Fifth generation, yeah.
And you didn't call yourself the fifth-generation farmer?
No, there's a lot of people that are kind of fifth generation. I want to be a little bit unique, so I took the HiTech Farmer handle instead.
I'm just noticing the logo on the hat looks like a little code or data going through the corn. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like data bytes, and then the bottom of the corn is like a USB stick.
Oh, yeah, I see that now. Well, actually, it looks like a lightning charger, which is like out of date.
It's got the Wi-Fi signal on the top of HiTech. Yeah.
Hey, who'd have thought you'd have to update your logo?
I know, right? Technology changes fast.
Bluetooth, you just need
Bluetooth corn. There you go.
Yeah.
That'd be next. Forget short stature corn. We're going with Bluetooth corn.
There you go.
No stocks at all.
This is a fun show, so we want to go back and get your history. Did you grow up on a farm?
Grew up on
Obviously.
a farm. Yep. Had 3 siblings. Growing up, following dad around. Didn't really know if I wanted to go back to the farm. Went to college. Went to SDSU up in Brookings, which is only about a half hour from here. I got a 4-year degree and then got my master's as well, and ended up coming back to the farm.
You got your master's?
Yeah, so I went to a really small high school, 25 kids, and only 2 of us went to college afterwards. So I took a bunch of dual credit classes. So I finished up in Brookings in about 2.5 years, and college is a fun time. So, you had to find something else to do to stay up there.
So more years.
Yeah.
More degrees.
Pretty much.
Why didn't you do that, Corey?
So I got ag business, and then I got a master's of economics.
Okay. Mine was like in Bush Light, I think. So, and they didn't have a master's program in that, so I had to leave.
Time for a message from one of our great partners, Brandt Industries. And now, for a limited time, Brandt has an exclusive deal on their grain carts. The 000. It's 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 6 months.
Brandt grain carts have efficient unload speeds, large carrying capacity, and unmatched durability. These carts deliver faster and more thorough cleanout with quicker turnarounds to keep your operation running smoothly.
And their reliable components make sure that your cart is working when you are. Now, this financing offer ends September 30th of 2025, so you won't want to wait. Visit your local Brandt dealer for more information. So straight out of college, then came back to the farm?
Yep, so I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. I specifically remember it was actually a wild day. I ended up getting the COVID shot, and it was a day when, for the farm, we were still harvesting. I was going to go back to helping harvest, but we had a kind of unique opportunity where John Deere was looking for some test farms to try out their new autonomous 8R tractor. And so I represented our farm, went to Albert Lea, Minnesota, and then pretty much saw that the autonomous tractor was something that we could have on our farm, but being that my parents are above 50, technology was not their thing. So the only way to have this on our farm was for me to come back. So that was pretty much, I made that decision driving back to Brookings that night that I was going to come back to farm.
Because of the autonomous tractor.
Yep. So I've always had a thing for technology, just never really knew exactly how it would play into like my career and personal life things.
So do you still run autonomy on the farm?
We did the test trial for 3 years. Now they're moving it to full production here in 2026. So we're not having it this year. Now I'm switching more. I mean, eventually I'd like to have it since we don't have any hired hands at the farm. But now the big technology thing that I'm jumping on is I bought a drone, starting to do a bunch of drone applications.
Boy, this year is the year of the drone. I feel like in central Iowa, we can't get in the field to spray fungicide. And I've seen more drones than airplanes or helicopters.
Yeah, 3 people have called me so far today, just walking up and down, seeing if I could spray today.
Yeah, how far are you?
How far out am I?
Yeah.
Next Thursday, Friday, if anyone's interested.
If anybody needs.
I've got 2 drones spraying on my farm right now. So we pulled the plug. Kind of, it feels bad because we have several $100,000 sprayer sitting in the shed that we can't use. But what do? Can't get in the field.
Yeah, we don't own a sprayer, so for us it was kind of like we're doing fungicide all the time. Seems like a couple other neighbors don't really own sprayers in our area because of the co-op setup, so I just went ahead and kind of took a risk, purchased a drone. So far it looks like it's doing well.
So there's a million drone companies out there. As a tech guy, how'd you choose?
Well, of course, I did every one. So everyone came out to the farm, the big ones. I had Terraplex come out to the farm. I eventually ended up with Tenacity Ag. They have the closest location to me, and now they're bought out by a place in Fargo. And I was contemplating the DJI versus the XAG, but in all honesty, I was a little worried about the DJI getting banned, and I wanted the bigger tank, so I just went with the XAG.
So how big is the tank?
You know, it's marketed as 18.1, but you can't fill it that full because, yeah, it's just poor marketing.
And is this the first year for it?
This exact size, yeah, this is the first year.
So did you consider battery ratio of how long it can fly and your tank? Because if you've got 18 gallons, your battery runs out at 10 gallons. Was the juice worth the squeeze, or should you just got the 10 gallon?
Well, it's actually really intuitive how it works. So if it's spraying a half-mile long field and it runs out of chemical at the other end, it's not going to start up with a whole nother batch and fly clear to the other end. It's going to start at the closest point because it wants to get rid of the chemical fastest, and then it'll finish up everything at the end.
It's very smart.
You buy the whole trailer set up and got a spot for recharging.
Well, people make fun of me on the side of the road. I don't have the fanciest trailer set up for year one, but it definitely does the job.
All right, fair enough.
What do you got for a generator? Because the guys that showed up to my farm looked like they had like a hog site generator on their trailer.
Yeah, I got one generator off Amazon, and that was supposedly, it has 16,000 running watts, and that was more than enough. I only needed 12,000. It didn't hold up in the hot heat, so I ended up Facebook Marketplace one night, got another one.
We were talking about that on the drive out here, that the heat seems to be the biggest battle for those that are running drones.
Yeah, and that's why I'm wearing long sleeves today. I'm trying to stay out of the sun as much as possible because it gets hot out there flying.
So you got drone for tech. What other tech you got?
Other tech, I would say a big thing on our farm is we run all John Deere equipment, so we are very up to date in terms of like basically, so I'm renting my own fields this year. I have 400 acres roughly of my own fields. And kind of my goal is to basically plant, harvest, spray, do all the field operations without needing to physically touch a steering wheel. So I'm trying to like use AutoPath by boundary, use as much tech as possible to basically get to full autonomy before full autonomy can come to the farm.
Do you feel like you have to do that because you're the HiTech Farmer?
I don't know if it's a have to or if I want to. It's like I want to prove a point that it's possible.
Right.
So let's talk more about you being the 5th generation in the family farm. What does the farm look like right now? Are you farming with siblings, just you and your parents, grandparents?
So right now at the farm, it's just me, my dad, my mom, full time. And I do have 3 siblings, older sister, older brother, and then a younger brother as well. My older brother, he's here in the crowd, and he works up in Brookings. He comes back part-time and helps on the farm, helps some with the content creation stuff as well. Other 2 siblings, not super interested. And we're 100% row crop, corn, soybean rotation, about 2,500 acres.
What's the crop look like this year in Southwest Minnesota?
Really good.
Really good.
Yeah, like really good.
Yeah. We're not going to tell the USDA. I don't think they listen to us. No?
No, they don't. The USDA doesn't listen.
So I know the folks that were up on stage ahead of us were talking a lot about social media. Obviously, that's how I got connected to you, and I feel like our sense of humor strands cross because I laugh audibly to the stuff that you put out.
Well, that's good.
You put a ton of effort into that.
A ton of effort, and it's kind of weird how it all started. So I went to this thing, saw the autonomous tractor, and I was like, man, I was sitting in a room of all 60-year-old farmers, and I was 22 at the time. I was like, a guy needs to show this to the next generation of farmers. So I started YouTube, and thinking it was going to be easy. It definitely wasn't. But then slowly learned YouTube, and I was never one for social media much before. Never had Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. But then I was fortunate enough to go up to my alma mater and basically like teach them a little bit about what I was doing. And one of the girls I specifically remember in the front of the class is like,
Was she cute?
a little bit.
I know why you remember her.
And she's like, why don't you post the stuff on Instagram? And I was like, I never really thought about it. So drove back from Brookings, downloaded Instagram, started posting, and then started seeing following. And then it kind of ball starts rolling. And I started thinking of ideas, spending hours in the cab, all these songs and parodies and things I can do, play into like the technology and working with Dad.
You got all the time in the world. You're not touching the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
How do you get your dad to buy in? Because he's in some of the videos.
Yeah, I would say there's maybe like you got to twist his arm pretty hard. Or it's more like once we finish backing all this equipment in, then if I have 5 minutes, then maybe I'll be able to help you, but maybe not. So it's kind of a give and take.
Yeah. I've always found it awkward, you know, if you're making a TikTok or doing something with your phone and like you're kind of by yourself or dad or brother walk in and you're like, I just kind of feel like, oh, I'm not working, you know, or whatever, but just odd.
So for those who maybe don't follow you, can you describe what your TikTok looks like?
Yeah, so I have like two specific areas I'm targeting. So one's like stereotypes. So different farmers do different things, no different than everyone here that's older than 50 years old would never dress probably in what I'm wearing. And I like to highlight that in just like different aspects of farming. So like how different farmers walk across like the yard. Like the older farmer, he's just kind of like going and getting stuff done. The younger farmers like us, we're checking Snapchat, we're checking TikTok. Like if we got 5 minutes to walk, we're checking it. And then the other one is I like to play into a bunch of like famous country music, and I like to like put a little twist on it to like how modern farming is. So there's this Morgan Wallen song, and he starts a song saying like, I don't know where you've been, or I don't know where you've been at, and I spun it into like when I come and bring seed to Dad out in the field, and he's like pushing me on the shoulder like, I don't know where you've been, I don't know where you've been at. Just kind of like put a unique spin on some of these country songs.
Yeah.
That takes a creative mind to be able to pick lyrics out of a song and relate it to what you got to deal with every day.
My mind's constantly thinking about farming, and then when I'm listening to music, it just starts to mash together, and sometimes you can really get it clicking in the head.
It is crazy when something clicks in your head, like you just got to do it. Like write it down or get it. I have to get it out. Like
Yeah.
So is there any point to where all this high tech makes you profitable?
I mean, because it's just me, my dad, my mom, we're very reliant on the tech because the reality is it's just three of us and we need the technology to work. So I do foresee it going a lot more autonomous in the future, which is a little bit intimidating as a 5th generation farmer, because the reality is like if it becomes fully autonomous, then maybe my job will be replaced. But I trust that there'll be something out there that'll kind of like lead me to what's next or what farming might look like in let alone 5 years.
Do you think we'll get to where you're sitting in front of your computer screen and you got 4 or 5 different farms and you just say, go on farm 1, go on farm 2, go on farm 3?
Yeah, I mean, you'll still have to bring the equipment out there, but I think there'll come a point where you're just more of a manager and less of like operator.
Fair enough.
do you have any rocks on your farm?
Any what?
Rocks?
Yeah.
You do? Have you had Terra Clear out at all?
We did. We mapped them all.
Nice. So,
Just mapped them, so you just left them where they were.
Yeah, we don't think. Yeah. No, we mapped them and picked them up.
I
Oh, there
want
they're
to
at.
know where they're at.
That
one-
looks farmable.
That's my rock Lucy. That's my rock Jennifer.
That's one thing we're waiting for technology to solve. Like someone told me this morning, like a land roller's for that, and I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't solve the problem long term.
Yeah.
It is satisfying though, running a land roller and just hearing them getting pounded into the ground.
Combine does the same thing.
I just wondered if, like, you got the spray drone now, if maybe you could start flying or doing that for Terra Clear.
I mean, potentially. I mean, to be honest, is like time is of the essence.
Right.
And there's a lot of stuff going on at the farm, and when I'm spray droning, I'm not at the farm, and then when I'm farming, I'm not spray droning, and so it's like kind of at the point where there's not enough going on.
Yeah.
That would be a tough balance because we all obviously have something else going on besides the podcast, and if Corey's torn away from the farm because we're recording this day, and same thing. Do you feel guilt when you're out spray droning?
Oh yeah, 100%. And Dad always reminds me, we got to do this before fall. We got to do this before fall, and that's like, yeah, I know, but I don't farm like that much, so I like to use this as like some supplemental income.
Yeah.
Where's the future going? I mean, do you think you're always going to be high tech, or do you think you get to like a point where you just get grumpy and say, I just want to do it the old way?
I don't know. I always wonder
That's
that.
the word, grumpy.
I always wonder that, but I have like the mentality that like you can figure it out. Like if there's a will, there's a way, and if you surround yourself with good people that like know the tech, like the person that I bought my drone from, like it helps a lot because then you rely on them a ton.
Yeah. Have you leveraged your social media to have tech companies bring you products to try and test?
Yeah, it's getting there, but the problem is John Deere is so big that like they want the big, and like I can't provide that, which is a little unfortunate. But I have found like some smaller, unique things that I'm trying to like implement. Like I'd like to do more like grain bin monitoring and like full automation at the grain bin site, and just more automation to take rid of some of our tasks.
Well, one of our proud partners, Suka Manufacturing, and their company Sync. Have you talked to them yet?
I have not.
We will make an introduction after this interview.
It's some pretty cool
fascinating
stuff coming. Yeah.
That's probably one of the favorite things that we get to do at Farm for Profit, at least of mine, is it's not only the interviews that we do, but what we get to learn while we do the interviews.
So I'm older than all of you, and I still geek out on tech on my farm and anything that I can get, but that's my demeanor. For all the people in the crowd that aren't techie, what would you have them do to up their tech game?
To up their tech game, I would say if you're not too old, start having kids because the kids are really good at the tech.
That's low tech, old tech there, I tell you. Yeah.
But if you're old school, I would say start going to some of the meetings and trainings and learning about it because there's a huge benefit, I think, on starting to get some of this automation, even if it's just simple GPS and it guides itself for you, or if you can start harvesting some of that data and you can like start forward planning. I mean, that's a whole nother thing of where you can start managing fields down to acre by acres.
Yeah. What's your favorite tech on the farm?
I mean, I like the autonomous stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite tech, Corey?
Probably it's just simple, like GPS, right? Like it's been around for a long time, but the little add-ons they've done, like AutoPath and passive implement steering and things like that, man, it's really made so we strip till. It's really made that.
I'm jealous
really
that
easy.
Corey has his boundaries mapped.
Some of them.
That would be really handy.
Some of them. Some of them are mapped and they're still not accurate, and you take out the fence post. So,
Little pro tip for you. You buy one of those drones with RTK on it, you can map it, and then if you know somebody at John Deere, they can convert it over. They don't have to drive it with your Gator.
See, he actually has a tracker that he converted into a Gator.
it's kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know, what is it, a Tracker TR 155 or something? I can't remember, but it's got a John Deere globe on it. Yeah.
I'm trying to get him to come map our boundaries.
I got to get mine done.
Make my life a lot easier.
Thing's nice.
So as we get to travel to these trade shows, we get to hang out and meet new people. How much traveling do you get to do because of one, being interested in technology, and two, because your social media?
Yeah, I mean, not a ton of travel just because of the farm, but I had a pretty unique opportunity starting at the beginning of the year where I'm doing some contract work for John Deere, and we're working with some of their bigger customers, and we're implementing some of this advanced technology. So actually, a month ago, I was installing a full tech stack on a carrot harvester. Never seen a carrot harvester in my life, and there I was soldering wires, hooking up stuff, and these things are all fabbed. They make them all themselves, and we're just retrofitting it with modern day technology. So that's about the only time I travel.
Those carrot harvesters are, what is it, ASMR? Very soothing to watch.
Yes.
Pluck those carrots
Very
out.
cool.
Bright orange. I think I can never grow carrots that well.
You need to go down to U.S. Sugar in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
They're still, although high tech, it's still old school process to put sugar cane in the ground.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Did you say you don't have a sprayer?
Yeah, we don't have a sprayer at the farm, so the co-op does it.
The co-op does it. Well, you're missing out on a lot of good tech there.
Yeah.
That's one of the coolest technology I think coming along is like the See and Spray and that side of things.
Yeah, well, if you're willing to pay for it, I mean, I'm willing to run it.
I heard that your neighbors don't have one either, so you got built-in custom work.
Yeah, but the thing is, the drone and then the farm and the rocks, I mean, that's my time in the summer.
Well, we can take care of the rock problem.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Terra clear, yes.
And then you'll have time to do the rest.
Yeah, I still like to have my personal life, though, too, a little bit, you know?
Gonna say
He's-
married,
he's
kids,
high-
anything yet?
high
Still too
demand.
young.
No, it's still too young. 25. In the session this morning, they asked me, they say, how old are you? I said 25, and he goes, man, you look young. And I go, every time I get a haircut, the lady goes, what sports are you in high school this year? And I go, 25.
I have a master's.
That's funny.
You got a girlfriend?
I don't really have any.
One in the works.
One in the works. I thought you were going to say a couple.
No, that's not my style.
One in
Meet her on a
South
dating
Dakota?
website? Is that
One
the
in-
tech?
No, actually, she used to post online, but she stopped posting online now.
No.
Oh, you must have really stole her heart.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I do feel like you blushed more when I made the joke about the cute girl in talking about Instagram posting than you are right now.
Well, that changed my life a lot, too, when you were
Okay.
asking that.
That's fair.
So what do you do in your personal life?
Personal life, farm, edit YouTube videos. I like to go to Sioux Falls quite a bit, hang around friends, play volleyball. That's about it.
Play volleyball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you play in high school?
No, we're a small high school. There's only 3 guys in our class that played sports.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
How many did you graduate with?
In 25, 23, somewhere around there.
Wow, I don't usually get beat. I graduated with 31.
I'm 72.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Dave, you had a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
So we do like to play games with our guests every once in a while. One of the games we play is called Start, Bench, Cut. It's a spin-off of words we probably can't say on the podcast. But start, bench, cut. So I'll give you 3 choices. You're going to choose the one you're going to put in your starting lineup. Choose the one you want to keep around just in case your starter goes down. And then one you're going to just get rid of. Okay? Autonomous tractors, implement guidance, drone spraying.
Ugh. I'd say I'd start the autonomous tractor. I'd bench the drone, and I'd implement guidance would be cut.
That was an easy one for you.
That was.
Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
I think I'd move it around. I'd probably put the autonomous tractor on the bench for now. I'm not ready for it. I want it on my team, though.
How soon do you think it is before it comes, though?
Like full implementation?
Yeah.
I think we're still 10, 15 years away. How long do you think it's going to be?
I'd say 2 years.
2 years.
It's kind of like the drones. So the drones, I was flying for this family the other day. The 10-year-old's watching me fly the drone. He's going to live his whole life, and he's going to walk by the drones at the farm shows. He's never going to think anything of it.
Yeah.
Everybody here, did you see the big line over there? Everybody's watching the drone because it's something new.
Right.
This is the first year. We went to Rachel's wedding last weekend, and on the way to the wedding and the way back, I saw drones spraying from the interstate.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that last year. So yeah, a lot more.
Have you been checked by the, what is it, FAA yet?
No.
I heard they're like,
I
they're
heard
watching.
they're more in Iowa, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're watching. They're like, they're flying planes around and finding people, and then they're sending a ground
Really?
agent down to check your license.
Nice. Be careful.
So do you think if we're 2 years from autonomy, we've got the opportunity to see some of the autonomy, and it's here. It's already good enough to put it in the field and make it go. When do you think society's ready for it?
That's what I think they're kind of waiting for. I mean, they don't know how they're going to price it. Plus, like, I as a farmer, I don't want to pay John Deere to custom harvest or custom plant my field. So it's like, how are they going to structure it? I think society, that's going to be the bigger weight. I think it could be 5 years just before people start to, like, feel comfortable with it.
I think people are comfortable with like little robots. Like if it knocks the chair over, that's okay. But big,
Yeah.
800 horse, we're talking different story.
Well, yeah, there's 2 ways to go. Is it going to be big tractors out in the field, or is it going to be a bunch of small ones?
I think it's a bunch of small ones. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Your grandpa still runs the combine?
My grandpa on my dad's side isn't around anymore, but then my other grandpa on my mom's side, he has his own farm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this one makes a little bit more sense now. Start, bench, cut. Filming harvest with grandpa. Time lapse planting videos. Or then versus now with your dad.
Ooh, then versus now is definitely the start, and then I'd probably bench the planting, and I would put on I'd cut the planting and bench the harvesting with grandpa.
Yeah. Explain then versus now.
Then versus now, I mean, I like to compare the then versus now. So my grandpa, who's 80s, I better not say exactly, he's sitting out there. He's got a lot of older equipment. So he's got a Model B John Deere, and like I like to compare some of that stuff versus the modern stuff. And it really wasn't that long ago where that stuff was kind of common, and now we have all these electronics and everything. And I think that's super cool to see.
We've had a lot of discussions, especially because my family's in a fat cattle feed yard, to where we want dumb tractors. I need something that starts up that's going to be on the feed wagon every day.
It's hard to find that stuff now.
Yeah, a lot of electronics that go in it.
But yet you still have technology in there with performance.
Oh yeah,
Eve,
Yeah.
right?
But we could do that on a dumb tractor. It's an iPad. It's
Yeah.
all to the cloud.
Yep.
We just need horsepower, reliable.
So if autonomy comes in, when does all the older equipment become functionally obsolescent to where nobody wants it?
I haven't thought about that one. I don't know. That's hard to say. I mean, people aren't going to adopt it super quick. Even like myself on the drone thing, I still hear tons of times people stop on the road and say, this is a waste, you're wasting your time. So I think there needs to be more like research and data before a bunch of people trust it. And then eventually, no different than what you're talking about, like buying new equipment, you can't get a dumb tractor.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to buy a tractor without autonomy ready.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the next one. YouTube videos, TikTok reels, or Netflix documentaries.
Ugh.
Oh,
Yeah.
we know what he's cutting.
Definitely cut the Netflix documentaries.
Okay.
YouTube videos are fun. They're educational, but take a long time to edit. So that would probably be the bench, and then the star would be the TikTok reels.
TikTok reel.
Okay, so we'll stay a little bit on this for the last one. Listening to podcasts, listening to country music, or scrolling TikTok.
Definitely listening to country music at the top.
Yeah.
I would cut the scrolling on the TikTok and bench scrolling on.
That's good. If you'd have
podcast.
told me you were cutting the podcast, we probably would have ended the show.
And that's
Move right on to the next part. No, that's we appreciate you playing along with us. It gives us a little bit more insight and dive into things. But what's the future for the HiTech Farmer look like?
Future? I mean, someday I'd like to take the farm over more or run the farm, and then I'd like to have more technology. That way we're able to like be more efficient, just have more free time basically. And then honestly, hopefully get married, have kids, and then pass it down to them as quickly as possible.
Have you started talking about transition with the family and your siblings?
Shh, don't say that word too loud. Yeah, no.
It's one of our biggest topics. We always get requested. It always has great ratings on the show, and
We've done like 12 shows on it.
I know, and I think we could do more.
I was going to say, who are you renting the 400 acres from?
So it's family land that I rent from my grandma.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Young man asked this morning, well, how do we get it? How do we even rent it? But
Yeah.
family is family.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a fun talk. We got to talk land values and kind of what we thought. We titled it Betting the Farm, Farmland Values. Do you do it? Do you go all in? And this poor kid, great question. Said he had not super high quality ground and it was going for high quality prices. And he asked,
Yep.
what do you do? And I might have been too blunt and told him to move.
Ugh, yeah.
I think the guy that came up afterwards had it. He's like, you don't have to own that. You could rent it.
Sure.
Yep.
Right. But he said, then he came back and said another guy's in the area raising the rent prices, whatever. It's the same story everywhere, it seems like.
Is grandma reasonable on cash rent?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, give or take within a couple bucks of county average.
Okay, so that's not high enough.
So that's not
Yeah.
high enough. Enough to make a margin, though, huh?
There.
Yeah, family discount. Plus, like, we kind of have a negotiation. I mean, every family's different, but like, I'm trading my labor to use the equipment at the farm since I don't own anything outside.
So
my drone.
you're talking a lot of equipment tech, from GPS to auto turning to spray drones. There's a lot of tech in farming, from seed technology to, like you were talking, grain bins to apps that manage all of our farm data. And are we making any money? Have you dove into any of those, or just the equipment side?
Yeah, I've dove into that stuff, and to be honest, I don't talk about that stuff probably enough, because if you go to farm shows, what's the first thing everybody runs to?
Yep.
The equipment. Nobody's really talking about like the Prescient short corn or the HT4 soybeans that
Yeah.
are coming. So like, I'm definitely interested in a lot of that stuff and trying to use more and more like predictive analytics. Like I think the predictive ground speed and like being able to predict harvesting with like satellite imagery. I think stuff like that.
So have you used AI yet?
all the time.
Okay. Well, give me an example of what you're using AI on the farm for.
So, like, for example, have this drone. I've started to, like, look at different things in the field. So I take pictures every second that I fly over. I import it into ChatGPT, and I say, what do you notice in this field? And it basically, instead of giving me an NDVI map,
Yeah.
it'll tell me, like, spots where, like, stand counts are low. So rather than going out, I'm a farmer, right? I try to save money.
Yep.
So, like, rather than going out and paying a company, I'll just put it in ChatGPT, and you can train the model itself.
Have you
you
used
done-
it as your agronomist yet?
I've taken a couple pictures of things, but not like.
So I uploaded soil maps, soil grid samples, and put it in there. Here's a pin, weather patterns, and then here's the seed that I'm buying from Corey. Now I want 250 bushel yield. What do I need to do? write me a calendar script for it. Do you think that's coming? Is that going to be the way of the future?
Yeah, I think to some extent. I mean, the reality is, as humans, we can only store so much knowledge where a computer can store
Yeah.
tons.
Now, how's that working for you, Dave?
Good, actually. I had a calendar outline all day. He's referring to one fertilizer mishap.
600 pounds of fertilizer that was supposed to be like 100.
Mishap.
Yeah.
But Chad said it was good to go. So
Yeah. That's what you get.
I had to put it out. It's fun.
Well, last year, that wasn't an AI issue, I guess.
No,
You
no.
just too fun to
Do
say.
you use AI for anything else? Or, I mean, farm-wise?
Farm-wise, I would say, like, once in a while when I'm, like, playing around in the combine or something, and you're trying to, like, set something, you can just take a picture of the screen and say, like, what buttons do I got to push
Yeah.
to find this? And it's so much easier than tearing through the manual.
So have you made one of the suggestions Corey had for his family was he started recording videos. So then instead of re-explaining it to his dad the next time, his dad could watch the video. Have you done
Scan
any
this
of that?
QR code here for a video?
Click
pop
this
up. Yeah.
QR of how to plant.
Yeah.
See, it's different. Dad has his jobs. I have my jobs. Dad runs the equipment, services probably 80% of it.
Okay.
I'm more like operator and then, like, do the office stuff.
See, I almost need to do that for myself because it seems like when I get out of the planter and don't get back into it until the next year, it's like, okay, how do I unfold this again?
Yeah.
Like, I need my own QR code and video.
Where do I put this hydraulic out? Yeah, get everything back perfect. Like you're so good at it at the end of that season, and then
Yep.
10 months later, you're like, a little learning curve again. Yep.
So you've been to the field day before.
Yep. I think this is my third time. Definitely the best weather. The last time was like 110 degrees.
Oh,
We've never been. So boys, what have you noticed since we got here?
It's got a different feel. I mean, obviously everything's free, which is not I don't think that's at any other trade show. That's amazing. I like that it's not as big as Farm Progress or Husker Harvest or these others, but like I feel like the Hefties have done a really good job at screening. Like these are the companies, these are the products that you should be looking at. Like instead of having all the extra fluff.
yep.
It's very agronomy focused.
That's all you got, Dave? Yep.
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 Education first on this conference. So we get the opportunity to go to a lot of conferences, from World of Ag Expo to National Farm Machinery Show. Some are trick-or-treating for adults, and we get to pick up the bag, and we get to go get a bunch of free stuff. This one feels like a whole lot more of farmers helping farmers.
Just saw a lot of bags get slid under the chairs.
I think that would be a fun challenge if we just picked one day at National Farm Machinery Show to see how much stuff we could get.
How much we could fill.
Like walk out of there like you're trying to carry all the
Like a
groceries
shopping.
in.
No, you got to do it in a time set, so it's got to be like a shopping spree.
There you go. Yeah,
could
you
win.
still got 4 bags on this arm and 2 bags on this arm.
But the way
Think you could do it?
Yeah, I mean, are you going to just go off weight or volume?
volume.
That's true. How many pins would you have to put in a bag?
I think it depends on how good at talking you are and ending the conversation with whoever's at the sales tent.
Yeah, we're not good at that.
No.
That's true. That would be really hard to just take something and move on. We feel guilty.
I bet you that who were we interviewing the other day? The lady down there at Tech Hub Live.
April, yeah.
April said she can walk through every booth because what is she, 65-ish lady that's been a female farmer.
I'm
all
going to
doing
let
it
you
herself.
incriminate yourself on that one.
And she said she'll walk through a farm show and nobody will ever give her the time of day, so she can pick everything up she wants because they don't think she's the decision maker. Versus
She is the
your
farmer.
dad going through might get a little more stoppage.
But you're not getting the secret stuff they always hide, like, underneath, you know?
Oh,
That's right. You got to ask for those.
Yeah.
you got to listen to the full conversation.
Yeah.
Then you get it. Okay.
I was down there and I wanted a stack of 3 golf balls because could always use more golf balls. I told Rachel to go grab them off the table. She goes, "Yo, you got to play the game." It's like, do I really?
Did you make it?
I did.
First time?
The first time. Didn't make the last 3.
No.
So I only made 1 out of the however many you're supposed to shoot.
I made 1 out of 3.
Okay. That's not
So is
bad.
your girlfriend HiTech?
Dairy farm, not robots, though. So
That's fascinating technology.
the robots, yeah. I saw
Yeah.
it for the first time.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Lely machines, their whole setup.
Is it near your farm?
Long ways away.
Long ways.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting
That's
dynamic.
a dairy farmer. That's going to be tough to
Yeah. Pennsylvania.
Holy cow.
Geez, everybody in the crowd even.
Gee, they are listening.
You might need to get your pilot's license.
We'll see.
Oh, I had so many jokes I could have said. I'm not
I
going
got
to.
so many.
This is a PG farm show, Tanner.
PG. Ixnay on that.
Yeah.
That's fun. Stay tuned for the after hours.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming here with us and showing us around. You've been here. You've been hanging out with us. It's like kind of having a chauffeur around. Like, this is that. This is that. This is way bigger than last year, and it's been great.
I'm not going to lie. I was a little nervous because you didn't show up yesterday for the fun. And I was like, our first guest is not here.
Yeah.
A spraying.
Yeah.
Sprayed every day for 3
You had a
days.
good excuse to be there.
Yeah.
So is anyone running the drones right now?
No,
Drone.
we're idle.
Idle.
Yeah. The night shift starts when this ends, and that's me.
You spray all night?
And that's
Yeah, usually.
Really?
Really?
It's so much better.
Really?
Big overlook, though. Built the trailer, posted tons of videos. Nobody ever told me to put lights on the thing. DeWalt battery, DeWalt lights, that's all I got.
Shouldn't you have thought about that?
Yeah, but you kind of rely on the people. too.
Are lights low tech?
Oh, you can have high-tech lights.
Oh,
Yeah. LEDs.
Then you need like a big tower. Well, actually, I'd probably take the drone out of the sky if you flew too close.
No, I mean, it's really, like, the drone itself is really smart. It's got a headlight on it, but it shoots LiDAR, so it shoots light, so, like, it never hits anything.
Nice.
Have you ever crashed a drone?
It ran out of battery, which I guess you could say is crashed. And
It's a hard landing.
Yeah, and that sucks. So you got to go out in the field. Well, I got a rescue drone, so the other drone will go up. I'll find where it's at, and then I'll walk to it. That way, I don't like search the whole quarter section or whatever.
It sounds more like a searching drone than a rescue drone. Like,
Yeah.
rescue, I think you'd have like a hook.
Yeah,
that you
you're
go down and
right.
Pick it
I'm
up
the
and
rescue.
bring it back.
I would pay to see that. I think. Did you?
Can it lift you up?
Yeah, I mean, people water ski with them.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it holds 18 gallons, so it's like 18 times 8, whatever that is.
Now wait a minute. That answer. Can it lift you up? You said yeah. I can water ski.
Well,
behind it.
yeah,
If you don't. Last time I water skied, I was still touching the water.
Well, what do you call it when you get out of the water?
Oh, on plane.
Lift
Okay.
you up? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a crazy amount of power, actually.
Yeah, it'll knock your hat off
Yeah.
pretty easily.
Hold on to your hat.
Be a lot of batteries. You have to strategically place them along the way.
Yeah, set up his own charging stations like he's got a Tesla.
Yep. Yeah.
I still can't imagine road tripping in one of those electric cars, but that's another topic for another day. You don't have an electric truck, do you?
No.
That you talk about high technology. That's interesting. When we talked with our buddies at Edison Motors, the diesel generated electric
charge.
axles.
Charge your whole pack.
Yeah.
Get a flatbed and get an Edison motor in the front.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap up, we do encourage crowd participation when we're hanging out at these trade shows. You got any questions you'd like to ask? I was going to call you Mr. Pennsylvania. I'm not going to do that.
Mr.
No questions?
I'll grab a mic and I'll put it around.
Well, Dave's going to grab a mic.
Won't be able to get that on the audio, but no, we always appreciate an audience. We appreciate all of our listeners everywhere. If you are new to Farm for Profit, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, all the places that you get podcasts. Plus, then we clip up these shows and make fun and maybe sometimes embarrassing clips for social media. Our editor's going to have to be careful with this one.
Why? We were good.
We were clean.
Yeah. We were good.
I think we're all right.
don't
No,
think
we
we're
have
gonna
not been given the stop sign. So if there are any questions, we're happy to run those in.
Did you check your phone?
If it was an auction, I did check. If it was an auction, we'd have put her in for touching her sunglasses. How much do you charge an acre?
So we're in a pretty unique spot where there's a lot of airports and a lot of people that fly and a lot of drones. So airplane applications like 1050, I'm 11. I would say the thing that sells me is I can get a lot closer in your corners. I can get right next to the telephone wire. I also use full GPS RTK, so I'm basically spraying 100% of your field. I'm not just charging you for 100% of your field.
And how
For more acres, I mean, if I pride myself on like being honest, so honestly, no.
That was a
Like
great answer.
somebody else asked me that, like, what if I gave you 4,000 acres? And I'm like, honestly, I gave you my best price to start, so I'm like, no.
I'll tell you, the guys in Central Iowa are charging $13, $15,
Yeah, I just
$14
paid
bucks an
13,
acre.
14.
So, you know,
Hey, if you came down, Corey'd buy you supper.
yeah.
Yeah, we got enough drone work to do for the next couple of days.
So when you crash that or run out of gas, you have to get a four-wheeler and go out there and get it, or a cargo, or
No, you just basically hack down a little bit of corn. It's only happened once for me. And you hack down a little bit of corn, and then you pop in some new batteries, you throw it right back up in the air, and away you go.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise, yeah, you'd have to fix it there, or you'd have to somehow get it back to the truck, and I don't plan on doing that.
Those batteries aren't light. You still got to lug them all the way out there, but I don't know why. I figured you had to retrieve it and bring it back to the trailer. Duh, just put fresh batteries in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, if the arms are broken, all that, I suppose you have to like quarter it out like an elk or something.
Have you had issues with it over water if you got wet spots that it's staying 10, 15 feet above the corn and then all of a sudden drops down in a wet spot?
Waterways are really bad. Like, if there's corn here, corn on both sides, and then there's basically just grass in the middle, it wants to go, boom, drop, and then it wants to run into the corn.
Run
so
in the
it
corner on the
stops.
side, yeah.
That's about the only issue that it really has, and it works good because I'm using GPS, and it runs so like you can't really see anything on the controller because the corn's 8 foot high and you can't see anything. So you basically just trust that it's going to come back.
Are you running like 3 at one time from one controller?
Nah, I wish, but no.
The editor needs to clip what just happened to me. The iPad changed. Did anybody else see that? Did you see me freak out to catch the iPad?
No.
Oh, my heart's racing so fast right now.
What
All it did was
swath are you
flip.
spraying?
25-foot swath.
25.
Yeah.
That was the thing I never knew until, and then all the drone guys that we were calling, oh, we do 32, we do 24, we do 20, you know, it was like a big deal, I guess. So
Yeah, that's a big deal. And then, like, a lot of people, you should put an adjuvant in it. So I'm using, like, Master Lock. That way, it's getting better coverage on the edges.
Yeah.
very nice.
Good. Well, we appreciate you taking the time for doing the interview. One, it's always a pleasure to have guests on, but two, you were willing to do it in front of a group of people. So thank you so much for that. Also, you folks in the audience, you could have been 1,300 different places right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on here.
So thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate that. Listeners, for you catching this for the first time through our channels, thanks for following us. Like, share, subscribe. Corey, what do you tell them?
Crack cold one. You deserve it.